Hello everyone, and welcome to another Fallout 76 Weapons Spotlight. Today, we're going to take a look at what I think is one of the most powerful weapons in the game, the Bloodied Gauss Pistol. We're going to do it on my pistol build and see how we do. I think it's going to do extremely well. Remember, as always, if you like videos like these and you want to see more, make sure you go ahead and subscribe, hit the like button, leave a comment. Follow me on Twitter at FistyMcRib, and I hope I see you for everything we do on the channel. Now, getting into it. As always, what I'm going to do is start with a look at the weapon, a look at my build, and I'll include time jumps so you can skip ahead if you're familiar with that stuff or you just want to jump straight into the action. Let's get started with a look at the weapon. And here it is, a bloodied suppressed Gauss pistol with 3 stars. We've got faster movement speed while aiming, damage increases as health decreases, which is the bloodied effect, and 33% VATS Hit Chance, which is one of my favorite perks in the game because it helps me target weak spots to do a lot of extra damage. The Gauss pistol, if you don't know, can be acquired after you've completed the Wastelanders questline. You can buy it and its mods at Vault 79 for gold bullion. It's not terrifically expensive, and you don't have to have real high charisma with anybody to get it, so that is very, very useful indeed. Is a very powerful weapon on its own, even if you're not built for it, so it's one that's, I would say, worth getting for really anybody, because if you target heads in VATS and things like that, you can do an awful lot of damage with this thing, even if you don't have perks built around it. On this one, I've got a hardened receiver for more damage, a suppressed barrel so it stays quiet so we can stay nice and stealthy. We've got a drum magazine for extra capacity, and reflex sights that are going to help with hipfire accuracy, and most importantly, will reduce our AP cost in VATS a little bit. There aren't a ton of mods for this, but these seem to work pretty well for me. Next up, we'll take a look at mutations. This is my stealth pistol build. Also my max intelligence build. This is my XP grinder, so bear all that in mind as we go. We've got adrenal reaction for extra damage at low health, bird bones and marsupial so we can jump high and land softly. That's also going to increase agility, which helps with stealth and gives us more AP. Carnivore, so meat is more effective. Eagle eyes, which will give me better critical damage and extra perception that helps with VATS accuracy. Egghead for more intelligence, thus more XP. Healing factor, which I personally like. I know a lot of people don't, but I like it. It heals me up in between fights. It's a nice little quality of life thing. With Class Freak maxed out, the negative effects are negligible. And then we round it out with Scaly Skin for more damage and energy resistance, and Speed Demon so we can reload and move faster. Let's take a look at legendary perks. Starting out, of course, with Ammo Factory. I've got that on all my characters because I am way too lazy to move things around and shuffle them between one character. I like to be able to make lots of ammo, and I like to be able to do it easily. So Ammo Factory helps me do that. Next up is Follow Through. That's going to make our targets take more damage after we land a successful sneak attack. With a slower firing weapon like this, it does seem to work very well. You won't get a lot of mileage out of it on really squishy targets, but on tougher, tankier enemies and bosses, you'll definitely notice it. After that, we've got Legendary Luck, which I don't have maxed out all the way just yet, but that lets me max out my luck category so I can take more VATS critical related perks, which is very helpful on a pistol build. And then we've got Legendary Perception, so I can take a few more perks in Perception, get a little bit of better VATS accuracy. That's useful because even though Perception isn't one that you're necessarily going to max out on a pistol build, it doesn't hurt. We round things out, of course, with Legendary Endurance and Legendary Charisma. Legendary Endurance lets me take more endurance perks, particularly so I can take Revenant, which allows me to do more damage if I get revived in a fight. Not going to be a big factor today, but it is on my normal gameplay. And then Legendary Charisma, which I'll give everybody the warning again. Don't do what I did here. I maxed this out early. It was dumb. You don't want to do it that way. It doesn't let you share extra perks. You're better off moving points to charisma and then using a different legendary perk category. But alas, we are where we are with it, so we'll make the best of it and use some extra charisma perks. Let's go ahead and take a look at the special build and all the regular perk cards, and then we will jump into the action. Okay, and what we can see here, I've got strength at 4 for Bandolier and Traveling Pharmacy. And you can do a little bit of extra strength in a pistol build because you don't need all the perception that you need for a rifle build, especially if you're primarily low health with unyielding armor. Then I've got perception at 7, where we've got Tank Killer, which does work for pistols now. Concentrated fire maxed out because today we're using a single shot weapon. So that means 3 points in concentrated fire makes sense. It increases your VATS hit chance dramatically every time you miss, so that's very good. Endurance I've got at 4, so I have Fireproof, Radical, and Revenant. Fireproof is unnecessary because I do have a dense mod on my chest, but the point's there, so I have it. Eventually, some things are going to get shuffled around a little bit, but you can't do everything at once, so we're going to work with what we have. Under Charisma, I've got 3 points in Tenderizer to make targets take more damage after I land an attack, and 4 points in Lone Wanderer. Normally, I'm going to run something like Inspirational or Strange in Numbers because I'm going to be on a public server in a public team. But today, we're running solo on a private world, so Lone Wanderer makes the most sense. Intelligence, I've got completely maxed out, and I do that because this is an XP grinding character, so there are perks in here that I don't need. But the whole point of this is to get more XP with this character. So I've got Demolition Expert maxed out. That does increase our damage a little bit with the Gauss weapons because they do have an explosive effect. It doesn't seem to be as significant as on legendary explosive weapons, but it does create an increase. Maybe I'm just misunderstanding that, but it definitely seems to make a difference. Gunsmith keeps our weapon from breaking. Scrapper helps me collect more steel, which helps me make ammo. And Nerd Rage for more damage at low health, along with more AP regen and a little bit of damage resistance. Hacker is on there just to fill out the tree. Got 15 points, I might as well put something there. Agility is maxed out at 15, and what you'll see here is I've got all 3 Gunslinger cards and one of them with 2 points in it, so that I can have Modern Renegade, which is going to give me chances to cripple and things like that, and increase my hipfire accuracy. I've got 2 points in Adrenaline, 2 points rather in Gunfu, so that I can swap targets automatically. I've got Covert Operative maxed out for more sneak damage, and Escape Artist so I can get out of trouble. There's a lot of ways you can mix around your perks in agility for a stealth pistol build. Ultimately, they all kind of end up in the same place in the big picture, so this is where I landed for this one, at least for now. Under Luck, I've got that maxed out. We've got Starch Genes and Class Freak, so I can keep my mutations and reduce their negative effects. I've got Serendipity, so I can avoid some damage at low health. Bloody Mess for extra damage all around. And then I've got kind of a hodgepodge of VATS critical related perks so that I can get more VATS criticals and maximize the damage that I do there. Much like agility, there are a few ways you can shuffle those around, and people are going to have their individual preferences. I like to just take a mix of cards there and get more chances at criticals rather than going one particular path. With unyielding armor at low health, you've got really high luck. You're getting a lot of criticals anyway, so I think just a mix and match approach there works just fine, at least for me. All right, that's enough of that. Let's jump over to the Whitesprings and start killing some things. We're going to sneak our way into the golf club, and our goal is going to be to stay stealthy with this weapon. Shouldn't be a problem. And right now I just want to see what this looks like without charging it up first. And you can see it's not all that impressive. Let's just back out, and then we'll head back in, and I'm going to start charging up shots, I think. Let's see here. So yeah, there we go. Charge it up first, line up the head, and now we've got over 1,000 damage. It makes a huge difference. It definitely slows you down, and in my experience, the best path here is, much like with the bow, to just walk around with the weapon charged, hit your VATS, and release your shot. That seems to work pretty well. Now, they did make some VATS improvements, so things like Gunfu do work now, You can still charge up your shot even after it switches, which is good, but it's a little less useful. Gunfu might not be the best perk to be running here because you do need to take some time to charge up between shots, but if you get caught, then being able to fire off some quickly is maybe not the worst idea in the world. We'll see if it saves me here. I do tend to get mobbed by ghouls with if I use slower firing weapons here in the golf club, so we'll see how that goes. But for now, it's working pretty well, and you can see there I had that one fast approaching. I didn't have time to charge up, but I was still able to pop off a couple of shots and stay alive. So that's not too bad. Anybody else hanging around here? I can see I'm in danger. Oh, you're a radstag, and I somehow targeted you all the way out there through the wall. Okay. All right, let's get back on the head. There we go. Come on. All right. 1,200 damage. I'll take 1,200 damage all day long. That works for me. And one more down here, and you're out of line. Got to maintain that line of sight. Boom, good to go. Let's clear out the downstairs. And we've got one right down here at the bottom of the steps. The back door's closed, so the outside ghouls haven't made their way in yet, and a glowing Wendigo way down there. Look at all that damage from one shot. Can we kill him from here? Yes, we can. Excellent. All right, let's move into the pro shop. No, never mind. We've got ghouls in the clear. Let's take them out. Then we'll clear the pro shop. There we go. So as long as we stay on the head and charge up, these are easy one-shot kills. VATS Critical took that damage all the way up to 1,600. And remember, we're doing this without maxed out pistol perks. So I've only got 4 of the possible perks. And we'll just pop off some fast shots there so those guys can't mob me and kill me in the corner like they always do when I have a single shot weapon. And we'll just zip over into the locker room. And there we go. One torso shot without VATS and he's still dead. Another guy hanging around the snack bar. Let's take out these guys quick first so they don't catch me from behind. One more in there. And we'll just line you up just so, and there you're dead. Let's clean up the outside. And there should be 2 or 3 hanging out back here, and sometimes VATS still just doesn't want to work. Can we line up a headshot? No, but that's okay. We still took care of business. Charged up torso shot on a ghoul is gonna do the job. And there's a headshot there. Boom, you're dead. Should be one more hanging around. I think I hear some scuttling around. Where you at? Where are you at, tough guy? Come on. There you are. All right, let's get lined up properly. And yeah, there we go. Okay, that's fine. Didn't have the charge right. Let's head over to the deep. All right, we'll walk the catwalk to Kamiland and take down some liberators. And yep, one shot still does the trick as long as we're charged up. The whole key here is maintaining line of sight. We'll do a VATS critical. You are dead. And these guys hanging out in the ceiling are probably a little too far away. We'll just wait for them to drop. Yep, a little too far away. All right, we'll wait for you to drop and we'll see how effective this weapon can be at a little bit of range. Stealth is working fine. No issues there. And that's an important factor with this weapon. There are a lot of single-shot pistols in the game, but most of them can't be suppressed, your revolvers and things like that. So it's hard to be stealthy, or I should say pretty impossible to be stealthy with that. So here we've got a little bit of range. Yeah, not quite good enough. Not good line of sight. Now we've got good line of sight, dead in one shot. How about you? Dead in one shot. All right, so a little bit of damage drop off there, but not much. What do we have next? Let's find some more commies out front here. Can we hit you from here? Yep, with a VATS critical, you are dead. And we'll have to get a little closer because these guys have no idea we're here. That's great. Just sitting there, hanging out, smoking a cigarette, having a nice day until now. Now I've got your attention. Yeah, you can see here the range is just, it's a little too far. So let's see here. Now you're shooting blindly and you're dead. And we'll climb up the fire escape, take out the missile sniper on the roof. Can we get lined up for a fire shot? I don't know. Is it worth it? Come on. Oh, look at you. You're just floating around there. Just taking my time. You have no idea I'm here. Come on. And we missed. Of course we missed. All right, come on now. Time to go. You're done. Goodbye. Dropping back down and heading to the back of the building. We've got a communist soldier there, and there's usually a power armor commander hanging out back here. We're going to get lined up in front of him and see if we kill him in the headshot, and we sure do. You can see that power armor really reduces the damage number, but it was still enough to do the job. Now we'll head inside where no one has come running out yet. So we should have quite a number of targets to take out. Oh yes, it is a target-rich environment, and you are toast. Can I hit you? You're dead. Didn't make it to the headshot, but it is a little harder to fire this thing when it's charged because it wobbles so much. But it's honestly a little hard for me to free aim anything because I'm just not good at it. So yeah, we'll just rely on these VATS headshots. They have been very effective. Keep that weapon charged, select in VATS, and release. It works like a charm every time. It's much more forgiving now, but this is the habit I'm in from before when you really needed to do that. Now you can highlight in VATS and then charge and you'll be okay, but I like doing it this way because it gives me a quicker release. I don't have to lock on and dodge. I can just lock on and be ready to fire. So that works well. I've still got a caution flag here, but I don't see anybody else around. So let's head over to Solomon's Pond and take out a behemoth. We'll make our way down to the pond, and my goal here is going to be to land a sneak attack really early so that we can get extra damage on our follow-up shots. I'd like to hit him in the head, but he's not turned around. So let's see if we can just get his attention. There we go. VATS critical does the job. He's still a little far away. There we go. 1,500 damage. Now that we got him a little closer, 2,000. That is beautiful. Just a few shots to take down a super mutant behemoth. I'd say this weapon lives up to its hype. And here we find ourselves at a friendly neighborhood Fissure site. We'll take out some Scorched and take out a Scorchbeast and see how we do. Slower firing weapons can be tougher at Fissure sites because you've got enemies that move quickly, you've got Scorchbeasts flying around that are harder to hit, and when we're stealthy, we don't have everything just coming at us either. So that can be a challenge. But you can see here, once we get a decent hit percentage, it's not bad, but you do need to have a decent one. There we go. You're a little too far away, but the VATS critical does the job. And come on now. There we go. All right, so VATS is dramatically improved on this weapon from the last time I tested it. You did really need to be right on the money with your timing, and now it's much more for. All right, we've got to get this Scorchbeast's attention. This is the problem here. I'm in stealth. He basically has no idea I exist. Now he knows I exist, but he still seems pretty disinterested. That's. Oh, we got another Scorched. Okay, that I can handle. And there you can see concentrated fire in action, boosting up that hit chance every time we miss. Works very well on single shot weapons. It is much more disappointing on automatic weapons, but it's worth maxing out when you're doing a single shot. All right, Scorchbeast. This is getting silly now. Jumping ahead to where I finally got the Scorchbeast's attention. Let's take him down, and he's landing. That's even better. Okay, here we go. Come on, and one more shot should do it. I'm taking rats up to... Oh, okay. Well, good enough. I killed him. We'll jump over to Huntersville. No need to go back to pick anything up there. I'm not doing any major looting on these runs. So if we die, we die, and we'll just respawn at the next stop. So floaters, there we go. You are dead. And I have now been told in the comments section of one of my other videos that the weak point on the floater is actually the tail. So I need to keep that in mind for next time and make sure that I hit them there. One of these was legendary, so we want to grab that legendary laser pistol. That's kind of interesting, unfortunately. Energy weapons still leave a good bit to be desired. Heading into town, there's usually a mutant and a hound, but today it looks like he's got a floater with him instead, so that's okay. We'll take the floater down. These guys are only level 50, so that's not too bad. But yeah, that was good enough to slow me down with some of that freezing effect. We'll jump up to the water tower. There's a guard up here who needs to be eliminated. Shouldn't be too terribly difficult. Nope, one shot to the head and he is out of here. Making our way into the town square. Level 60, one shot to the head, all charged up and good. And a miss. And a miss. And dead. All right, there we go. So that's not VATS malfunctioning. That's just the nature of the hit chance. If it had been 95 and missed, then I would have been a little curious about that. And these super mutants are behaving strangely. They're just sliding around everywhere. Okay, well, whatever works for you. You're still dead in one shot. And 100 also dead in one shot. So there you go. You want a one-shot level 100 super mutants? Get yourself a Bloodied Gauss Pistol. You'll do the job. And you just dodged my bullet. Let's head into the house. We should have a couple down here. Oh, we got a hound there too. Okay, just shoot quickly instead of charging. There we charge. And we'll just hop on up here. 75, dead in one shot. So yeah, you can see clearly, you know, a good weak point target, and there isn't much that's going to survive this weapon for very long. Heading to the north end of town, we've got another floater and another level 50 super mutant. And we've got another one under the guard station there at the end of town. Just floating around again, being strange and dying quickly. All right, let's talk conclusions. If I'm being brutally honest, there's not a whole lot more to say here. I think we all saw how this weapon worked. If you're okay with a weapon that fires slowly, that you have to charge up to get maximum damage out of, then the Gauss pistol is an excellent choice. You can see those big damage numbers on those headshots. Part of that is because this is a bloodied variant. I'm running at low health. I've got adrenal reaction. But honestly, you don't need to have a bloodied one. Even if you're a full health build or you're not built for pistols, if you've just got a Gauss pistol with any random legendary effect on it and you're doing sneak headshots, you're going to do pretty well with it. It's a solid weapon. It's much better in VATS than it used to be. It's still maybe a little finicky here and there, and we just have to accept that little bit of imperfection, but overall, it performs extremely well. If you can target weak points in VATS, you're going to annihilate everything. Is it ideal for bosses like the Scorchbeast Queen or Earl or the Imposter Sheepsquatch? Probably not, because it's a slower firing weapon. But for everything else, it's a whole lot of fun, and it looks really, really cool. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is really about all I have to say about this. It's a great weapon. If you can get your hands on one, do it. Have some fun with it. Go get that plan for gold bullion. Go down to Mama Mumbles, get those legendary modules and craft some up. You'll definitely come up with one or two that you can use and have a good time with. Remember, as always, if you enjoyed this and you want to see more Fallout 76 content, go ahead and subscribe, hit the like button, leave a comment, follow me on Twitter at FistyMcRib, where you'll get notifications for my streams and all that stuff. Other than that, we're good to go. I'm glad you were here. I hope I see you next time. Till then, I'm Fisty McRib.